Should I go down a book?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You're just saying like you don't want to record more.
Yes. That's the same height that we had it before.
Yeah, but the airplane told us this one book down. Just this book down. Okay. Hi, I'm Michaela.
I am Chelsea.
Today we're going to be talking about our sexualities. I happen to be bisexual.
I am a very happy lesbian.
We're going to talk about coming out and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll start. 2 years ago, I realized I was interested in women, but it was very confusing to me because I also really liked guys and I didn't really know about bisexuality or any of that. So I started putting women on my Tinder settings and I dated a few women. At some point I felt like I had to identify as a lesbian just because being bisexual isn't really accepted with a lot of lesbians that I've dated and met. And it wasn't until I started dating Chelsea that we were talking, and one day I was like, I think I'm bisexual. And she said, I knew.
It was pretty obvious just the way that you talked about men and women, not to make judgments, but it definitely seemed like you were a complete lesbian. So I figured already, I just didn't think you were ready to say anything yet. So I was waiting until you actually told me before I jumped to any conclusion.
So she made me feel super loved and accepted. It's just been really nice, and just being able to openly talk about it and being a big advocate for bisexuality. And I've talked to several people who have been like, I think I like girls, but I've liked guys before. And I'm like, oh my god, that was me. Like, it's not bad if you end up with a man. It's not bad if you end up with a woman, or you're polyamorous, or you're monogamous, or whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. I'm really happy identifying as bisexual and being in this monogamous relationship. It's been hard though, with like a lot of responses I've gotten either from guys. Sometimes we'll be out and I'll be like, this is my girlfriend, and they're like, oh, so like you're bisexual, right? I'm like, first of all, none of your fucking business. And then lesbians being like, oh, I don't date bi girls, and so the bi hate needs to stop.
It's true. I feel like bisexuals have it difficult in both. Like, they're not accepted by either the straight community or the LGBT community.
So yeah, so Chelsea, your story.
Well, I can remember since 2nd grade always feeling different. I never wanted to be in dresses. I never wanted to be girly or have my hair done. I was the biggest tomboy about till 9th grade, and then I just got completely confused and was getting older and higher up in school and noticed all the girls, they weren't dressing like me, they didn't look like me, they were wearing a bunch of makeup, wearing dresses, skirts, flirting with all the guys, and I took that as I was doing something wrong and I needed to change myself into that person, into that girl. I needed to be that girl. I started to notice little things a little bit more. I started paying more attention to my feelings and how I felt around the different genders. I dated a few guys here and there, and it was just that constant thought of, oh, I haven't met the right guy yet. I'm just not meeting the right person. And that's, you know, what my family would say. Oh, you just haven't met the right guy yet. It's okay. You know, you'll meet him down the road. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I'm not comfortable with these men because they're not the right one for me. That totally makes sense. That wasn't the case. I got a little older, got out of high school, and kept dating men. Finally realized that it wasn't the guys. It was me. I did not enjoy men. I didn't want to sleep with them. It didn't give me any joy. Then I decided to try Tinder because meeting females in, like, lesbians in the real world doesn't exist. It does. It's just very difficult. It's very difficult to find the LGBT community around where I live. So I went on Tinder, started talking to a few girls, ended up getting my first girlfriend off of Tinder, and it changed my life completely, dating a woman. I was so much happier. I was out of my shell. I felt so much more confident in my own skin and realized that this was the path for me. This was the life that I needed to follow, because it's the pursuit of happiness on the gay road. It's basically what I was after. And after my first girlfriend, I kept it a secret because I wasn't fully comfortable with myself yet, and I hadn't come out to my family. So yes, I realized I was a lesbian, and that made me happy, but it was still the issue of my beliefs and coming out to my family. And they ended up finding out that I had a girlfriend. They basically pulled the "we knew it" card. You just didn't tell us. I was like, okay, that's fair. So I decided to come out on Facebook with my second girlfriend. This one. Ended my previous relationships, found this one on Tinder again. I didn't feel like I needed to sit down with everyone individually and tell them. I'm still getting comfortable with myself, learning how I like to dress. I still, of course, love to do my makeup and my hair, but I love guys' chinos and guys' shirts.
Speaking of dressing, when I first was like, oh, I like girls, I felt like I had to dress like guys' shirts and flannels and be like, look at me, I like women. And like for some people, obviously that's the way they like to dress, but for me, I like dressing more femininely. Once I was really comfortable with my sexuality, I definitely was like, no, this is how I like to express my gender. And I think that that's been really liberating for both of us, kind of getting in our own styles and how we express our gender.
I did not think that expressing yourself through your clothes or the way you show yourself was that big of a deal. And when I started dressing more comfortably, I blossomed, I guess. Definitely. So,
if you have any suggestions for future videos, that'd be great, because we really don't know what to make.
If you have any questions about your sexuality or things that you're going through, if you have any, like I said, ideas for videos you want to see or questions you want us to answer,
please comment on this video. Subscribe if you like it.
if you want to.
But please give us suggestions.
Suggestions.
But
Please give us suggestions. It's hard to come up with videos, man.
We want to entertain you.
Try to entertain the internet.
This was a little more serious, but I feel like helpful. We look forward to next time.
Yeah, this is just, we haven't made a video in a while, so we just thought just might be interesting to make and to talk about. We appreciate you watching and viewing, even if you don't like us. You still clicked on it, and I appreciate you, random clicker.
I appreciate everybody that comments too.
Except for the gross ones. Don't like you.
But we like all the really nice comments or constructive criticism. That's
You're all
always
beautiful.
great. You're all wonderful.
Gorgeous. Can't even see you, but
we know.
we know.
Thank you.
Just kidding.